Hey everyone, welcome to Legend of Tech. I'm Daniel, and this is the last video in which you'll see this background, so those two monitors behind me. And that's because, well, I've upgraded to this. So this is the world's most powerful iMac, or even Mac for that matter. And more about that in my benchmarks video and full review, but until then, this is my first video covering the most powerful iMac you can get. The top of the line 2015 27-inch 5K iMac, maxed out. This is my unboxing and first impressions video. Enjoy. Okay, so the iMac initially came in this brown box, which did have some dents by the way, but the iMac inside was just fine, since it was protected by those foam pads, so that was really neat. And now taking a look at the iMac box, this box is huge. I mean, I had to completely remove both of my monitors from my desk just to fit this. And on the front we have an image with the front of the iMac along with the El Capitan wallpaper, because yes, this one does ship with El Capitan pre-installed. And just as a side note, the quality of this image is just insane. It's probably printed in this quality to advertise that sharp 5K display that it comes with. No, not really, they're just using really high quality printers. So that's the front. Now on the back we get another image of the iMac, this time with the side, so you can see that really thin edge there, along with the new accessories, the Magic Mouse 2 and the Magic Keyboard 2, which I will be reviewing by the way in a separate video, so definitely stay tuned for that. Then on the right side we have an Apple logo, and along with this you can also see that the box is shaped like a triangle to minimize fuel consumption. How awesome is that? Left side, Apple logo with a sticker with all the specs. i7 Skylake 4.0 quad-core, 8GB of RAM, which obviously I will be upgrading to 32 and 64 eventually, 1TB of flash, and the most powerful GPU that you can get at the moment, the M395X with 4GB of dedicated video memory. All of these will be covered in a different performance / benchmarks video, so again, definitely stay tuned for that. And finally on the top we have iMac and the handle that's used to carry this thing around, which is pretty cool that we have such a thing. And then the famous seal. Okay, so let's remove the seal. Oh my god, you gotta love that noise. Okay, so let's open this up, and the first thing that we get inside the box is this Designed by Apple in California booklet. So let's see what we get inside the booklet. Okay, so inside that mini booklet, which is not that mini, yeah, the first thing that we get is the brand new Magic Mouse 2 wrapped in this plastic bag. So we don't get a separate box for this. You know that this is the Magic Mouse 2 because it has, you know, the charging port on the back. Seriously, Apple. Then we get the Magic Keyboard 2. So let me just remove the plastic foil, and there you go. It's really light, by the way. It's also really thin. I don't know if you can see that on camera. And there you go, that's the lightning charger on the back. And finally, the final thing that we got inside the booklet is the Magic Trackpad 2. Now, you normally don't get all three of these, but I wanted to get a new trackpad as well to feature it in this video and in the next one as well. So that's why I have all three. And there you go, the brand new white design, Force Touch support, awesome lightning port, and the switch on the back. And this is how it looks compared to the previous trackpad. It's huge and looks completely different than the previous model, now in white. And then we finally get the booklet inside the booklet. So let's see what we get inside that one. Okay, so the first thing that we get inside the booklet is Magic Trackpad 2. Apparently this is damaged. Come on, seriously, Apple. Then we get another Magic Trackpad 2. Why do we get two? Then we get a quick start guide for the iMac, the warranty guide, some Apple stickers, and then we also get a cleaning cloth to clean that gorgeous 5K Retina display. The only difference is that now we don't have an Apple logo on it, so it's not a branded cleaning cloth. Okay, so apparently the reason why we got two Magic Trackpad 2 manuals is because Apple screwed up. Yeah, this was probably supposed to be a Magic Mouse 2 manual, but for some reason I got two Magic Trackpad 2 manuals, which is quite sad. Yeah, I should probably got this in separate packages just to get all the manuals and everything. And speaking of all the manuals and everything, also in the box you get a lightning cable, and yes, you only get one. And again, if I bought the Magic Trackpad, for example, separately, I would have paid the same price and I would have gotten a separate cable, a manual, and a box. So no idea why I haven't done that. You should be doing that, by the way. Okay, so enough with the accessories. Let me just go back to my iMac, turn this around. It barely fit on my desk, that's how huge it is. And as you can see, we have something hidden here, which is, well, this is the power cable, and this is the only cable that you have. Everything in the iMac is wireless, so you only need one cable, which is the power cable, and that's pretty much it. You're good to go. How cool is that? Okay, so let's remove the seal. Let's lift this thing up, and the iMac has now been unveiled. Wow, and even from the back it looks awesome. Okay, now there's still some plastic foil attached to it, so let me just turn it around, and oh my god, look at how awesome this thing looks from the front. Oh my god. Okay, so let me just remove the plastic wrap off. And okay, I broke it. Okay, the plastic wrap is now off. And there you go. We now have an iMac 5K 2015, late 2015 in the wild. And it simply looks stunning. Even on camera. In real life, it's 10 billion times more stunning. Okay, so let me just plug in the power cable, which fits perfectly right into its place. And oh my god, just take a look at this thing. It looks insane. No, honestly, when you see it in stores, you know, it looks awesome. But trust me, when you see it in real life on your own desk, this thing looks 10 billion times more awesome. It's crazy thin. I mean, take a look at this. Although, yes, these are only the edges, so only the edges are so thin. Okay, so let me just set this up. First boot, and there you go. The iMac 5K is ready to go.
Now, as for my first impressions, the things that impressed me the most were the design, the display, and also, guess what? The speakers.
So in terms of the design, yes, this thing is crazy thin, and yeah, as I mentioned before, the edges at least are, and I don't know, it simply looks amazing. Like, you gotta admit that this is the best looking desktop computer you have ever seen. It's also massive. Not only is this a 27-inch display, which is by itself massive, I mean, I could barely fit this thing on my desk, but the bezels themselves are also really thick, but overall I still think it looks insane. Let me know what do you guys think, by the way, in terms of the design in the comment section down below. Feel free to spam that comment section. Now, in terms of the display, yes, this thing is crazy sharp. I removed my old 1080p monitor from my desk, so now the 5K iMac is sitting right next to my Dell 4K monitor. So many pixels here. And fun fact, these are all the cables that are plugged into my monitor. Just the cables plugged into just my monitor. So many cables. Oh my god. And to be honest, next to my 5K iMac, the Dell display, which up until now was insane, well, it looks pretty bad. There's no match for the 5K display that's on the iMac. Yeah, the 4K one actually looks like 1080p or even lower now when taking a look side by side. The text is really sharp on this thing. Everything is really sharp for that matter, not just the text. The contrast has also been improved from the previous 5K model and now uses something called a P3 display instead of an sRGB one. So we get both improved color accuracy and improved color gamut. So blacks are really deep and colors just pop. My 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro looks really washed out when compared to my 5K Retina iMac. And yeah, long story short, this is the best display that you can get right now. Like on anything. Best display in a TV, in a monitor, in anything. Nothing except for those 8K OLED TVs which aren't even out yet. Nothing can match the quality of this display. This is one of those displays which you actually have to see in person to realize how good it actually is. And if you're upgrading from the previous 5K iMac, yeah, the contrast and the color gamut both got a huge improvement. And finally, the speakers. So the speakers on this thing are insanely loud. And just to give you an idea, this is my 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro at full volume. Now, this is my 2.1 sound system. And now the iMac. What do you think? The iMac was as loud, if not even louder than my sound system. And the audio overall is insanely crisp and clear. And overall, the speakers are definitely a 10 out of 10. I mean, seriously, once you listen to these speakers, you won't even need a sound system for this iMac anymore. That's how good they are.
So there you go. These were my first impressions with a brand new 2015, late 2015 Retina 5K iMac. So feel free to give this video a like if you have enjoyed it. Feel free to smash that like button on there. Now, I will be using this as my main machine for quite a while. I got a maxed out version, by the way, so the one that comes with a Skylake Intel i7 quad-core CPU, 4.0 GHz, which, by the way, at the moment is the most powerful chip you can get from Intel, because Intel hasn't updated the Xeon CPUs for Skylake yet. So yeah, this is basically the most powerful CPU on the planet right now. Consumer CPU from Intel, just to make that clear. Non-overclocked. And I also have 32 gigabytes of 1866 megahertz RAM, so I will be upgrading to 64 gigabytes soon, hopefully. I just couldn't find any good 16 gigabytes modules. So yeah, a video on that might be coming soon, by the way. Now, as a GPU, I have the AMD Radeon R9 395X, which is the most powerful mobile GPU. Yes, mobile, because this thing is so thin that it couldn't fit a desktop GPU in it. Still, it's really powerful. So gaming videos also coming as well. And then I've also upgraded mine to 1 terabyte of flash storage for the maximum read and write performance. And overall, this is the most powerful Mac that you can get. And yes, it's even powerful than the Mac Pro in some situations. And more about that in a separate benchmark video. So yeah, more videos covering this coming soon, benchmarks, gaming, RAM upgrade, and then my full in-depth review. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at ZenofTech. You can ask me any questions about this in the meantime. And yeah, this has been pretty much it. I finished working on some super secret projects, which means that more videos will, well, the videos will return on a regular basis. Let me know in the comment section down below what videos do you want to see next. And feel free to subscribe to my channel ZenofTech if you want to see more videos featuring the brand new 5K iMac, or any cool tech videos for that matter. And also, don't forget to turn on email notifications on both desktop and mobile by simply tapping that bell icon so that you're notified whenever a brand new video comes out. This has been pretty much it. This was a really long ending, so yeah, thank you all for watching this video. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you in my next one. ZenofTech, signing out. Cheers.